Right, I don't like to make negative videos on YouTube, but I made the terrible decision of treating myself to Avowed for 70 euros because I like the developers Obsidian quite a lot. You know, Pentiment was lovely and I made Fallout New Vegas my entire personality for like a year, and so I was very much looking forward to Avowed being a continuation of this level of quality, but instead it's just really, really not great. And a lot of people are pointing to the dialogue as sort of the main problem with this game, and whilst the dialogue is absolutely horrendous, and we'll get to that in just a minute.
Since when do you make the rules? Since I arrived with the big sword.
The problems go well beyond that, and I think everything from the combat to the exploration to the actual world itself has something cripplingly wrong with it, and it just leaves so much to be desired. But let's just start with the dialogue and the characters, because honestly, every single character in this game just talks way too much, just constantly babbling on and on about nothing.
Another recruit. By the flames, Cynric finds the strangest types. Oh, she said that, did she? I knew she was sweet on me. Spar with me. Let me show you exactly what this unparalleled man-at-arms can do.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
But no one is more annoying than this blue, fish-looking idiot here. Because this guy is sort of just lumped on you as your companion at the start of the game and just will not stop talking. Constantly running his mouth and making little comments about every single thing you do. And it's not like they're sort of insightful, lore-building, world-developing comments. They're just sort of like funny, Marvel-style quips.
Now we know why the expedition team abandoned that puzzle. If it weren't for the creepy oracle and the invading roots, this place would be kinda nice. Guess the deer and discipline doesn't apply to pest control. Another win, but who's counting? Bet that was part of something once. Whatever the Inquisitor's like, she can't be worse than that bear. Can she?
You know, you come across this patrol you're looking for and everyone's dead. And rather than being like, oh no, like what a tragedy, like who killed them, why did they die, blah, 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 you know, a genuine normal reaction. This idiot's just like, oh, looks like we found the patrol. It's just like, be quiet. This is a room full of dead people and your first choice is to make a quip? You're actually a psychopath to do that. Like, the developers clearly think this guy is like really cool because he's flipping all over this game. Like, every single time he talks to anyone, he chimes in with his little opinions. But like, imagine if you knew this guy in real life. Imagine if you had to work with this guy in the office. Like, just trying to go about your daily life and you're eating lunch, like having a salad. And he's going, oh, got a salad there, have we? It's like, be quiet. He'd be so boring to know in real life. But yeah, that maybe sounds like nitpicky. Like, okay, there's one annoying guy in this game, but it just, this mindset just applies to everyone. Like, you're meant to be this high-ranking envoy sent by the Emperor himself personally to this sort of rubbish little island, and the first person you meet there is just like, oh fuck, sorry we're late. It's just sort of, where's the professionalism? Like, I'm literally your boss and the first thing you do is swear. There's just nothing's allowed to be sincere. You know, there's no genuine energy behind any of these conversations.
Take care, Envoy.
What? No parting words from me? After all the time we spent together?
Shove off, Muttonhead. How's that for a parting word?
Everything's done through quips and witty banter and like a back and forth rapid dialogue, and it's just sort of, I don't know why games aren't allowed to be sincere anymore. Everything has to have this veil of irony over it. And so you might think, like, this is an Obsidian game. If this blue fish guy annoys you, just tell him to go away. And that's the problem. But you're just stuck with this guy as your companion, and you have no choice as to whether he comes with you or not. I tried all the dialogue options, you are stuck with him. And so this was actually the first major red flag about this game, because this is when it became quite obvious that you don't actually have any agency over this world, which does actually bring me to my second big criticism, which is the design of the world itself. Because the way this game looks and feels, it naturally invites a comparison to something like Skyrim or Fallout. But honestly, it's just nothing like any of those two. Because unlike those games, this whole world just feels very static and flat. Like, this isn't a sandbox for you to explore and build things in and like craft your own narrative. You as the player are on the path that the developers want you to be on, and you have minimal agency over that. Like, for example, an NPC can start a conversation with you, and you can tell, like, okay, this is like gonna start a quest. And you can literally say, I don't want to talk to you. And they'll go, okay, yeah, but here's my life story, and then just talk to you for like 5 minutes straight. It's like, I want to leave, I want to go away. And then the blue idiot who you're stuck with will start chiming in as well. And it's like, please be quiet, like I'm your boss. Or another example of this is like, you rescue this guy from this killer bear, and then he's like, oh, who's this blue fish idiot with you? Can you trust him? And I thought, okay, brilliant. This is the part where I can say, no, I don't trust this fish idiot. Let's kill him, or let's get rid of him, or, you know, whatever. But all of the options are just, yes, I trust him, in different coats of paint. And so this lack of sort of player control and player freedom just manifests in everything. Like, rather than having to like look for stuff and dig around like you would in Skyrim or Fallout, the specific few things you can loot just glow and have a loud noise so you can find them really easily. Or you can't hurt anyone you're not supposed to hurt. Or you can't steal anything you're not supposed to steal. Or just everything is just literally static. Like, remember how you could blow plates off the table in Skyrim? Here, nothing can be affected unless the developers want it to be affected, which is actually just a great metaphor for how static this whole world feels. And so whilst being dressed up like Skyrim, it's actually a lot more like Far Cry, where you come to a town, you pick up a bunch of quests, and then you go out into the wilderness and fight people to do those quests. But the problem with this is that, unlike with Far Cry, the combat system is terrible. Because this was the main thing I saw people saying were great about this game, that the combat is fantastic. But I don't know if I've just like missed some key detail here, but like look at the fight against this bear here. It is a boss fight, but like all I'm doing is just firing an arrow and dodging and firing an arrow and dodging. Like, such exhilarating gameplay. And as you do this, there's just like no ammo count for like your arrows or your bullets. And so it just removes a layer of complexity. You know, everything feels so safe and simplified, like you're in a padded cell. There's no way to run out of ammo. You're going to be fine. Just keep spamming him with arrows and dodging out of the way. And it just takes forever to kill anything as well. And you might think like, well, look, this bear here's a boss fight. It's meant to be hard, but, or maybe he's like way above your level. But like, this is like the second or the third quest. So surely I should be, as like a low level character, suitable to do this. Like, why is it taking me genuinely 5 minutes to kill one character? Just arrow, dodge, arrow. And so I think the best way I can describe like how this game feels is that as I was playing this, I genuinely just felt like doing like housework and like chores and just doing tasks that I should be doing, because that would be more freeing than playing this game. Like, this game is so restricted, you're on such rails that like saving 10 minutes later because you washed up now is more liberating than like fighting these monsters or doing the stuff in this game. But yeah, to be fair to this game, and because I've spent so much money on it, I'm going to keep playing it. I'm around 10 hours in now, and that felt like days, and I'm just going to keep going, pushing through it. And if my opinions change, then I'll put out another video and be like really fair to it and say like, look, my opinions changed. But so far, I'm so annoyed that I spent 70 euros on this. And in the spirit of fairness, the only things that I've remotely enjoyed are the exploration. It's quite good. You know, it kind of tickles that Skyrim thing. We can just go out into the wilderness and do stuff. But it's again ruined by the fact that everything glows and lures you to it. So unlike in Skyrim where you can sort of like just like walk around for ages aimlessly, then find something really cool, in this game you're just lured to it. It's like, oh, there's the chest I should loot. Job done. Let's go home. And also another good thing is that it's somewhat enjoyable being sort of a not nice character to people. You know, like role playing as the bad guy. But that's only because I flipping hate everyone on this island running their mouths. And so by choosing to be horrible to them, it's somewhat rewarding. And I also like that for some reason everyone on the island hates the blue fish guy, so you know, that's a little bit therapeutic. But aside from that, I hope this game ends with like a world-ending choice where you can just decide to wipe this island off the map. But otherwise, there's genuinely so much more I can say about this game and how just horrendous it is. But I guess I'll leave the video there and make a follow-up video if I actually change my mind on any of this. Bit of a rant, but thank you for watching.
Uh-oh. Get ready to be disappointed.